Well, they say a housing apocalypse is coming our way as the eviction bans get lifted across the US in different states. Right now, I guess some states are already starting to lift their eviction bans, which are causing more evictions to take place. But later this month and then at the end of July, pretty much everything will be lifted. And they're saying that a lot of evictions are gonna start taking place according to this CNBC article right here. So that's not so great too. I'll be going more in depth on that stuff in this video, so stay tuned. A little bit beat down. This is kind of sad news right here. Next, we're seeing our total cases are just at about 2 million just in the US. Like, that's just the US. 2 million. I remembered like a couple months ago, we were at like 50,000 or 100,000 cases. Now we're at freaking 2 million. This is crazy. And the stock market is right there up near the highs. No, it's literally though. I mean, look at this. The S&P 500 is like 200 bucks, you know, a little over 200 bucks off of the all-time highs while this kind of craziness is going on. So some weird stuff is happening right now, but yeah, let's go ahead and jump into this one all about the current eviction housing, a little bit of a little rental crisis that we're going to be heading into. So hit that like button if you are, you know, enjoying some news like this, but yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So what we were looking like before this whole crisis even happened as far as the US housing economy or housing crisis was that we had more than 2 million people that were already facing the eviction annually. Over 2 million people. And that's even worse than the height of the 2008 mortgage crisis. So I don't even know like what it's gonna look like now. Like this year is gonna be scary with the amount of evictions. And it's sad, like it really is gonna suck because thank God I have never had to actually deal with that. I've always had a roof over my head. I've always had people I can lean on, you know, to live. I have a close friend of mine that was going through some serious rent financial issues during this whole crisis, and to see it firsthand, it really is, it's sad, you know, to see what we're about to be seeing. So thousands of tenants have been missing rent payments over the past few months. It literally said up here, more than half of the renters are already saying that there we go, nearly half of renters age 18 to 64 reported that they were already having financial issues during this whole situation, crisis that we're in. You know, I feel for the tenants, I really do, but I feel also maybe even more for the landlords because are they being stuck with the bill? Like if their renters aren't paying, how much assistance do they really have? Are they just having to? I have a lot of buddies that own several, like hundreds of properties, and I was asking them, you know, what are you gonna do? Fortunately, they have a lot of their tenants that are actually paying rent. So like over 90% of their tenants are still paying. So they're not in a huge bind. But if a lot of tenants can't pay and the landlords have to, like the landlords don't want to evict. That's not something they're just happy about doing, but they need to evict in order to cover their own back, right? They need to actually get somebody in there to pay their mortgage, or else they're gonna have to pay their mortgage or, you know, the little bit of government assistance that they may be getting, but it's the sequence of events that happens. You know, it's the dominoes. As the tenants stop paying their rents, the landlords try to weasel out or try to get out of paying their mortgage, which they do have a little bit of forbearance options, but then you look at interest still increasing on that. I don't know. Anyway, so evictions are gonna be coming up here soon, and then the extra $600 per week unemployment benefits is gonna be expiring at the end of July. We'll see. I mean, maybe the Fed and the government will release more stimulus near the end of July once they kind of see what's happening around the country. You know, according to this CNBC article right here, a lot of people could be on the streets. So we're gonna see. I mean, I think the government will step in and figure out something to either, whether it's stimulus or it's just covering the banks, because ultimately it's gonna be the banks. If the landlords don't wanna pay, then the banks are gonna, somebody's gotta pay. And I think it will end up just being the government. That's what it seems like has been happening already. So just a heads up, I mean, just wanted to, share this with you that if you are somebody that is having issues paying your rent or in a financial situation, I highly recommend trying to get ahead of the ball instead of behind it and trying to figure out what are options that instead of being evicted on, because eviction really hurts your actual credibility, your reputation. So here it says it can ruin a tenant's credit for many years, making it harder for them to find a new place to live. So you don't want to be evicted on. Don't let it get to that place. Try to talk with your landlord, try to go to local government assistance and places to try and not have that happen, because you don't want that to happen. There will be a tsunami of evictions and a spike in homelessness. I mean, that's what they're predicting. And what I've seen so far is that there's a lot of doom and gloom. A lot of people are more negative, and then it seems to be a little bit better. So we'll see how it really plays out. But there's no good data set currently available to estimate how many people may face eviction because of this Rona situation. So they're just speculating right now, but yeah, we're gonna see. So hope you got value from this video. Leave a comment below letting me know, what are you thinking is gonna happen? Like, do you think that we're gonna have a ton of evictions? Do you think we'll have barely a little bit? Do you think we'll be fine? Do you think the media is just negative and they're just estimating how bad things are gonna be? But leave a comment below, let me know your thoughts. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button, letting me know, it really helps the channel, really helps the videos being found by other people, man. I put a lot of time into these videos, and like, when I put it out to crickets, it's a bummer, it's sad. So anyway, thanks for watching, I'll catch you in the next one.